Hello, all. This is Sampada again. I welcome you all to today's session of Zentangle with me. Today is the 12th of February. So let me go ahead and put that date down here. 12th Feb 2022. And today I was thinking of showing you the Tangle Flux again. I know we had explored Flux the last time, but there are two versions. There is Maria's version and then there is Rick's version. So Rick Roberts and Maria Thomas are the two founders of this style of art, Zentangle. And so let me just show you, we had actually seen Rick's version before, and this is how Rick draws his flux. Okay, so it has a bit of a flowy shape, and it doesn't have to be in the same direction. It could be any which way, and you could easily use a filler tangle like TIPPLE, where we add auras to add a little bit of contrast. We can fill these areas in, and you can, generally speaking, have a lot of fun with this tangle. Now, this is Rick's version, which we have explored before. Maria's version looks a little different. I feel it has a bit more of a calligraphic foundation. You will see this kind of pattern a lot more in illumination, which is the art of drawing very beautifully embellished letters in calligraphy. So this is Maria's version, this is Rick's version, and so I guess we will just explore both of those versions today. That is what I was thinking, because we had last time just seen Rick's version, and I had not really talked about Maria's version. So again, we start the 8 basic steps with the first step of gratitude and appreciation. So again, I am very, very grateful to have this opportunity to share what little I know about Zentangle, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. So as always, we make the corner dots, connect them, create a border, and that becomes our space to tangle, right? So let's just make a nice organic, so I'm just going to draw a line across this space here. That is going to be my string. So all I'm going to do here now is I'm going to add my flux, and I'm going to use Maria's version since we have used Rick's version before. And I'm just going to keep adding these nice curvy flux patterns along this diagonal line. And obviously you can use flux a lot of ways, but I figured this would be a nice way to kind of, and we can just add a little smattering of large and small flux patterns. So yeah, it doesn't have to be all the same size or anything like that. So all I'm doing here, and it's always a good idea to have this upper circular, I call it the bulb, but for that to kind of touch the previous one, and you'll see why we are doing that. You end up with an enclosed space here. That is the only reason why we do that. And here you go. And you can always add a little more. I mean, there's always TIPPLE like we have used here. So I can go ahead and add these orbs here and fill in these other areas. I mean, you don't have to stick to just one style of flux. I can easily go ahead and add a couple of these here as well. Right? I mean, again, as I said, this is your tile and you get to do what you want to do. So I'm going to add these as well to add a little bit of a variety. I mean, we could easily add poke leaf or poke root or any of those patterns here. It's entirely up to you how you want to go about it, right? So we could add some orbs here. We could choose not to add any orbs. I mean, it's completely up to us how we want to go about it, right? And so whatever space you see here, you just mindfully fill it in with these orbs. And don't have to use orbs. You can also use lines. Maybe I will do that some other time. Right now, since we have already explored TIPPLE before, I figured that would be a easier option. Right, so you could choose to add and make your patterns a bit more darker, I mean more patches of black, or you could keep it filled in with TIPPLE here and there. So by connecting all these lines here, all we are doing is, by connecting these circular points, we just go ahead and have these enclosed areas, right? So that is the advantage of drawing flux in such a way that this bulb touches the top of the one underneath it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But again, you know, just explore, figure out what you want your tile to look like. There are no rules. The only rule is to be kind to yourself. Give yourself time to enjoy tangling. And as you keep doing this, you will figure out ways and means to make your tiles your own. So I'm going to add TIPPLE to this list. I'm going to add TIPPLE to this list, and so there we go. So here we have our I'm just going to make this come out of this, and that's all ink work that we are going to do. And now as far as the shading is concerned, we are just going to add a little, I call it a smiley face, but essentially we are just adding a little curvature to kind of give this part a bit of a spherical nature. So this is what we are going to do. So there we go. That just makes it look that much more three-dimensional. And similarly, we will add a little bit of graphite to the other flux, which is Rick's version of flux. And as I said, you could pick one or the other, or like in my case, I just chose to use them both. So feel free to experiment and see what resonates with you better. And here again, I'm just going to shade the outside part of this. Just to give it a little shadow, whatever you want to call it. So we could easily add so many more tangles here. I can almost, think of so many ways. I mean, you can add some geometrical patterns here, or you could add other more organic patterns. But whatever you do, make it your own and enjoy the time that you keep aside for this tangling. And I'm just going to again shade these parts, the border that we drew. The border that we drew, we could just go ahead and spread the graphite there as well, right? And that way we just make these lines disappear. And as always, we end with a wedding issue. Mine happens to be a treble clef. So I add that. And after I sign it, I appreciate it again. And I look at it and I go, not bad. That was fun. So whatever you decide to do art-wise, hope you have fun doing so, and I really hope that you take time out to join me again tomorrow. I could even go ahead and add a little more shading in the center here. And I think I am going to call it quits at this point. I'm happy with it. So go ahead, carve out some me time, find your own happiness, and I hope that you meet me again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Namaste. Be kind.